What is up everybody, it is Fox at PlayStation News Now, your regular source of news, rumour, video game discussion and the Gamer Couch podcast this coming Sunday, so go ahead, follow us on Twitter. Big shout out to Jay Barry for hitting his YouTube subscriber milestone. It is so important for us as smaller and medium sized channels to show support as content creators. Though any given video created can last only 5 to 10 minutes, the actual process of making a video can take hours, so we definitely appreciate the hard work. Anyway, we're all here for PS4 game news, and you shall have it right after this. In today's news, PlayStation 4 was the UK's best-selling console in 2016 according to market research firm GfK's latest report. Sony's hottest products, the PS4 and PS4 Pro, took out the competition throughout 2016, beating the Wii U, no surprise there, the 3DS and Xbox One to claim top spot for the third consecutive year. The report went on to state that PS4 and 3DS were the only consoles to shift more physical games in 2016 than 2015. The industry suffered a significant fall in physical sales by some 13%, which is down from 28 million units to around 23.7. UK chart track firm GfK Analysts has declared Call of Duty Infinite Warfare was the second best-selling game in the UK last year, beating out Battlefield 1 by some margin. So, just what was the number one selling title of 2016? Well, GfK have so far not revealed that, but is expected to share the actual numbers regarding the highest grossing physical software and hardware in greater detail soon. In other news, Call of Duty Warfare series developer Sledgehammer cryptically teased their latest Call of Duty project slated for 2017, and it appears on the surface at least, the team could very well take this branch in the Call of Duty universe back to a historical theatre of war. If the rumours born out of the Call of Duty 2017 teaser trailer is definitely pointing us in the right direction, then it may be that Activision are going with a more realistic setting, because Infinite Warfare's trailer was the second most disliked video on YouTube of all time, with over 2.6 million dislikes. Fans of the series express they are pretty much burned out on the futuristic setting of recent Call of Duty games, especially when you consider the past 3 Call of Duty games were set in the future. So are Activision following in the footsteps of EA's Battlefield 1? We may well see a Call of Duty game set in either World War II or Vietnam. PlayStation News Now reported a leaked image last year that appeared to strongly hint at the Vietnam War, although this has yet to be substantiated. It should be noted that a teaser image of Call of Duty 2017 clearly shows a Colt M1911 pistol, a gun that was first manufactured in 1911 and is still in use today. The M1911 pistol was used by US soldiers as a standard sidearm in World War I, World War II, the Korean War and in the Vietnam War. Another hint that the next Call of Duty could be set in the past. Now, in spite of my thorough enjoyment of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, the game was actually really good, but I'm also under the persuasion that perhaps we've had just a little too much of the whole future war theme. But maybe that's just me. Where would you like Activision to take the next Call of Duty? World War II, Vietnam, perhaps the Cold War, or do you think Activision should put the series on a hiatus? Let us know what you think in the comments. And Spider-Man fans may be pleased to know the first detail from the new Spider-Man game exclusively for PS4 may have inadvertently been leaked on IMDb. Now admittedly, IMDb isn't the best source for game leaks or game reveals. However, judging solely by IMDb's first leaked details on the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, they could actually be onto something here. So earlier today, an update to the site which was taken down shortly after being posted, that's always a hint there may be some truth to this. Well, let's just say IMDb dropped the synopsis of some of the game's possible story elements. As always, until developer Insomniac Games of the Ratchet & Clank and Resistance series, or even Sony give the official word, you should take the following information as strictly rumour, and I quote, Spider-Man must fight the terrible foe, the Green Goblin, as he contends with his usual life of being a married man with a daughter. But when the Goblin hatches a sinister plan, can Spidey save his family and himself? IMDb is also listing this as a 2017 game, which could place Spider-Man as a fall release. Of course, this is very much a rumour until Sony or Insomniac provides official confirmation. But is this the Spider-Man plot you would have hoped for? What kind of Spidey game would you like to see? Go ahead and share your opinion in the comments. In other news, when it comes to PC, is it Neo or no-o? Sony speak out on console exclusive Neo, leaving many wondering if the game will come to the PC platform. The speculation comes from a recent commercial for PlayStation 4 in which the title is labelled as a console exclusive and not as a PS4 exclusive, as in the case of other Sony exclusives Gran Turismo Sport and Horizon Zero Dawn, just to name two. It's also important to point out that the video released by Sony Interactive Entertainment Europe is not particularly clear, as not really been updated. In fact, also appearing in the video, Dreams and Detroit Become Human are listed among titles releasing in 2017. Sony Worldwide Studios boss Shuhei Yoshida has reiterated that the two mentioned games are still lacking a launch window and publication for 2017, which has just started and is not confirmed. Sony Interactive Entertainment will publish Neo in Europe and North America this February, while in Asia the game will be distributed by Koei Tecmo, where the PS4 is the only version officially announced. We'll share more on this story as and when we learn more. And in our final news segment of the video, long in development and not without development troubles, Rime has received a re-reveal trailer, this time as a multi-platform title listed for PS4, Xbox One, PC and Nintendo Switch, as detailed in a recent IGN first. It's been described as intriguing action-adventure puzzle game Rime, which was first unveiled as a PS4 exclusive at Gamescom 2013 no less, before going radio silent about a year later, but has been re-revealed as a multi-platform game, now due out May 2017. Rime retains its distinct cartoon-like and its intriguing vibe, which IGN's Ryan McCaffrey describes as a combination of Zelda Wind Waker, The Last Guardian and The Witness. It will now be released for PS4, Xbox One, PC and Nintendo Switch, and Tequila Works describes Rime as a single-player puzzle adventure about discovery experienced through the eyes of a young boy who awakens on a mysterious island after being shipwrecked off its coast. Players must navigate the island's secrets by making use of light, sound, perspective and even time. Inspired by the rugged, sun-baked terrain of the Mediterranean coast, Rime paints its breathtaking world with a fusion of vibrant colours and moving musical undertones to set the stage for the deeply personal journey that awaits within. PlayStation News Now covered the well-publicised fallout between Tequila Works and Sony Interactive Entertainment when Rime was set to be a PS4 exclusive. Apparently, Sony weren't happy with the progress and claimed, I quote, "the game just didn't make sense," end of quote. Still, after viewing the latest Rime trailer, I concur the game certainly does look beautiful, mesmerising and indeed intriguing. I can definitely see the comparison to Zelda and The Witness. You can check out the Rime re-reveal trailer on YouTube and judge for yourself. But before we go, our man in Vegas, Sony employee Dark Cloud 1983, is busy right now with CES 2017, no doubt getting his first hands-on with the latest in consumer electronics technology, particularly PlayStation VR, new Sony 4K TVs and Sony Ultra HD Blu-ray players set to swarm 2017. Dark Cloud will be back with a full CES 2017 report and hopefully some news on the gamer side of things with PlayStation VR on this Sunday's The Gamer Couch podcast. I am so jealous. And that, my gamer friends, brings us to the end of another video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share content on this channel, and check out Dark Cloud 1983 for all that CES 2017 goodness. And remember, play games, not corporations. Thanks for watching, everybody.